Hello everybody, how are you? My name is Lisa and I work at the Herbert Art Gallery and Museum. The museum is having to stay closed for a little while longer, but we don't want you to miss out on some of the festive fun that we had planned. Every year we like to share a special Christmas story, and this year we're going to be doing it virtually. I'm sure you've all got a little bit used to that by now. The story we're going to share today is The Night Before Christmas. It's one of my favourite Christmas stories and I tell it to my children every year. As we share this story today, we're going to go through some fun and games too. So I've got a few things with me that we can play with during our story today. I've got something to hide behind. It can be anything. A scarf, a top, a tea towel, whatever you can hide behind. I've got something to be a snowball. Now I've used a little shower puff, but you could even scrunch up some tissue. As long as it's white and fluffy, and most importantly, it can be thrown up and down. It will do just fine. And then I've got something dark to hide behind for when we go down Santa's chimney. I've got one of my little boy's t-shirts. That will do nicely. Where did everybody go? There you are. I've also got some noisy things. I've got something to make a big noise. You could use anything that you can bang. An instrument like this, a cardboard box, or even a saucepan with a wooden spoon. And I have some jingle bells to make the sound of Santa and his reindeer landing on the rooftops. So they're the things that we're going to need. It's now time to start the story. Let's open up the book and see how the story begins. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Not even a mouse. Well, a mouse is a very little creature and they make very tiny noises. They also run along on tiny little feet. We can learn to say some words with our hands today. And the first word we're going to learn is mouse. So get your fingers ready to run up your arm. That's how we say mouse. Can you try it? Mouse. Well done. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. But who is St. Nicholas? You might know him by a different name. You might call him Santa Claus or Father Christmas. And that's another really good one for us to learn to say with our hands today at this festive time of year. To say Santa Claus, we give him a long beard and throw his toy sack over his shoulder. Can you try that with me? Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Well done, everybody. So now we know that St. Nicholas in the story is Santa Claus. The children were all nestled snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. That's a funny word, clatter. I wonder what that means. I know, it means a big noise. Do you remember I said we would make a big noise? I've got an instrument here that will make a really good big noise. I think that would wake me up too. So in the story, they use the word clatter, a big noise. So I'm going to make my clatter sound again. Do you think you can make a big noise with something from your house? That is a big clatter, isn't it? Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. This story uses a lot of words we might not normally use. You can see the teddy bear throwing open the curtains, but he calls it a sash. I think we could throw something up like a sash, just like he does in the story. So I've got my scarf here, and I'm going to pretend that just like the teddy bear, I'm throwing up the sash. Have you got something you can throw up too? Up it goes, and down it floats. Up it goes, and down it floats. And remember, he was looking through the curtains. Maybe we could hide behind the curtains and then peep out to see what that big noise was. Can you hide again? What was that big noise? Peep-o! Shall we do it again? It's always fun to play hide and seek. I'm hiding behind the sash. What was that big noise? Peep-o! There you all are. I thought you'd hidden. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. And we can see the 8 tiny reindeer down there. Reindeer is another really good one for us to say with our hands, and I love this sign. It's a really fun one. We give ourselves some reindeer antlers. Can you do that with your hands? Put them to your head and then they grow really big. That's how we say reindeer. Reindeer. And there were 8 reindeer. Can we count them together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 reindeer. Well done. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, as he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all! And the reindeer flew up into the sky as dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly. When they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and Saint Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as I drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. So did you hear that in the story? They heard the sound of Santa Claus and his reindeer on the roof because of the twinkling of the bells. So I've got some bells here. Are we ready to make that sound? Do you have something that could twinkle like the sound of bells at home? Maybe you've got an instrument like this. But if not, don't worry. Maybe you could fill an empty bottle with something that could jingle around. Maybe put some rice in there or some pasta and give it a good shake to make a good shaky sound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Well, there's lots of things that are happening in this part of the story. Santa Claus has just come down the chimney. I think it would be very dark going down a chimney. Do you remember that black t-shirt I had from earlier? If I was going down a chimney, I think it would be so dark that I wouldn't be able to see what I was doing. Just like if I hide behind this black t-shirt. Where's everybody gone? Boo! There you are. Shall we hide again and pretend that we're inside that chimney with Saint Nick? Where's everybody gone? Boo! There you are. Shall we do it again? This time we'll count to 3, and when we pop out of the chimney, we can give ourselves a big hoo, 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 just like Santa Claus. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hoo, hoo, hoo. That's it. Well done, everybody. You sounded just like Santa Claus. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Did you hear how they described his beard in the story? That it was as white as the snow. Well, I've got my snowball here ready to play with. This is as white as the snow, just like Santa Claus's beard. When I play with snow, I like to throw it around a little bit, and I can throw it up and down. Have you got something that you could throw as a snowball? Can you throw it up and down? Up and down. Very good. Mine's very fluffy. Imagine if this was a real snowball. How would it feel? It would feel very cold. I'm going to throw it one more time. Are we ready? Up and down. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk And look, you can see Santa Claus filling up the stockings. I have got a stocking here. It belongs to my little girl. And just like Santa Claus, I'm going to fill it with some toys for her to find on Christmas Day. Maybe if you are a very good girl or a very good boy, you might have some presents left on Christmas Day too. And laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. Santa Claus must use his magic for going up the chimney, and he tapped his finger to make that magic work. Can you find your nose? There it is, in the middle of your face. Can you find it again? There's your nose. No magic happens when I tap my nose though. We also heard about Santa Claus's round, chubby cheeks. Where are your cheeks? Can you find them? Can you make your fingers go round and round on your chubby cheeks? And what else did Santa Claus have? He had twinkling eyes. I'm sure you've got lovely sparkly eyes, just like Santa Claus. Where are they? Can you find your eyes? We have two of them. 1, 2. And 2 chubby cheeks. 1, 2. But only 1 little red nose, just like Santa Claus. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." What a wonderful story that is, and I'm so glad I was able to share it with you again this year. I really hope you have a wonderful Christmas this year, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. Goodbye.